Hello, in this lecture you will learn about the C++ writing techniques and language features. So C++ is a very flexible language when it comes to formatting and writing code. So it's also a strong type language, so meaning that there are rules but declaring the types of variables which you can use to your advantage by making the compiler help you write better code. In this section, we will cover how to format C++ code and rules on declaring and scoping variables. In this lecture, we're gonna start with the white spaces, how you can use white spaces in C++. So here, other than string literals in white spaces, you have free usage of white spaces. So you can, as many as you can use as many as tabs, spaces, and new lines. As you can see here, you won't get you will not get any error because of it. Here, as you can see, you can use as many as new lines, tabs, and spaces you want here. As you can see, let's compile it. As you can see, C++ compiler doesn't care about them. But C++ statements are delimited by semicolons here, as you can see here. So let's create an example code to explain it better. So for example, let's create an integer variable, assign it 4, and integer equals integer divided by 2. So we will get 2 from it. And let's printf this. As you can see here, we got an error because in printf. So we have to use the include library. You will learn about how to include library and what library is in later lectures. But it's not a hard thing to learn, but you will learn in next lectures. Include here stdio.h here. As you can see, we got rid of this error. Here return, let's return 0 from it, integer function. As you can see here, this function returns 0. You will learn, and then here, as you can see, we got the format. Then let's print something on it. So as you can see, if you delete this include statement, we will get an error here, as you can see here. And yeah, let's include our statement here and delete this command line clear. And yeah, so let's print these values on it. Actually, let's use the cout. We will use the printf later in this course. So as you can see, we got an error from it. Let me write this code. The result is we will pass e. As you can see, we will pass e, and then end line here, end line. So as you can see, we got an error. So if you include the EO stream, you will get rid of that error. That's because the std library needs input output stream here. So and as you can see, if we deleted the printf function, so we are not using printf function anymore, we don't need this library. And as you can see here, CLion IDE, this blue, just the gray color, this text for it. And then here, as you can see here, we have a new lines here, between every line. And let's run and compile our program, and we got a result here. The result is 2. So let's try one example here. Just delete these new lines here. Just delete these new lines, and let's try if this works here, or this here. Oops, we need these two semicolons. and we do these two, so you can put a spaces or new lines between variable names or functions or whatever you want here, and you can use here, as you can see, we got the same result. So there are some cases white spaces is needed. For example, when declaring a variable, you must have a white space between the type and the variable name. But the convention is to be judicious as possible to make the code readable. And while it's perfectly correct language-wise to put all the statements in one line, like JavaScript, but it makes the code almost completely unreadable. So of course it's less unreadable than the previous codes here, as you can see here. Let me here. This is more readable, right? So actually um, let's correct. Let's note this because I'm uploading these files to every lectures, and you can download and use these codes by later. So for example, correct by language wise, but readable and readable and readable. And let's collect. Let's write another code here. For example, so as you know, we can create two variables at the same name. So I'm gonna change these names here. So of course you can print the e as long as you want, but you just can create the same name. Same name variable, same named variable. So as you can see here, this is here. This is correct by language wise, or let's just write a program will compile without problem, but unreadable. So I will explain why we need this readable and unreadable codes here now. So bear in mind that if the code you write is viewable, it may in use for decades, which means you may have to come back to code years after you've written it, and it means that other people will support your code too. So making your code readable is not only courtesy to other developers, but unreadable code is always likely target for replacement here, as you can see here. Of course, it's more readable than this. So in next lecture, you will learn about the formatting the code in C++. So see you in next lecture.